Hello everyone, I'm Nate and welcome to my channel. It's been a minute. We're going to be talking about a company that may not be on your radar. They haven't actually officially released anything yet. They have a couple prototypes, so we're going to be talking about one of their prototypes. Let's go ahead and get into it. It is officially cold metal season here, yes. Any outside content is going to have cold hands, cold metal, but we're getting used to it. Today on the channel, we're going to talk about a new company and as well as their prototype that I got right here. All right, yeah. This is Paragon. All right, Paragon, really cool name. I like that name a lot. I love on this channel taking a look at upstarts and new companies and new releases and all that and kind of give you a first look at a lot of those kind of things. Paragon is actually run by a couple of the guys from Analog Kendama, which I love Analog. I've owned a number of them over the years, and they just, in fact, might be my favorite Kendama company as far as, well, at least certainly the ones I bought the most of and the ones I keep coming back to. And I'm not even that avid of a Kendama player really anymore, but that's the ones I'll pick up. I really like their shapes quite a bit, so if you've never checked out Analog, you definitely should. Also, one other thing that they wanted me to mention is they're going to be doing a giveaway on their page. They'll have a link in the description to their Instagram page here as well. I don't believe they have a website yet, or if they do, it's not posted there. So again, it's just kind of in the baby stages of a company. So they have a couple yo-yos, and I have one of them right here. This is prototype 001. Yeah. Now the other one you're going to see here on their Instagram. I'll have a picture right here, and you can certainly go check it out yourself. They're essentially the same shape. They started off with the same yo-yo and kind of just cut it differently, so to speak. This is what he said actually directly from me. He says, if you look at the pictures we have, one is more aggressive. That's the one we're going to be talking about today here. But then when we designed them, they use the same sort of initial shape, so to speak. I think that's a kind of a cool approach to designing a yo-yo from the ground up and designing a company, is having a couple of different options. I know that a lot of companies start off like they have an idea for one yo-yo and then maybe they'll start something, because depending on whether that's successful or not. It seems like they have a vision for something bigger at first, and they're just going to produce yo-yos as sort of out of that vision. I kind of like that approach, to be honest, because it's a little bit more sustainable, I think, than just like, oh, I have one good yo-yo design and I don't know if I have anything after that. And it's sometimes difficult, I think, for companies that have come and gone to really kind of keep that momentum up. This is the more aggressive shape here. I like the colorway on this one. Has that kind of, I don't know, teal, I guess it's considered a teal, but lots and lots of really cool cuts in this yo-yo. Just a really nice aesthetic, pleasing yo-yo. Certainly on that sort of H-shaped side. Overall, just a really clean looking yo-yo. The other one, I don't have it, but based on what I can see in pictures, is certainly more organic and more rounded and just smoother, right? This is just kind of a lot of cuts, and I like that look quite a bit. So it's full size as far as diameter and all of that. It's about 66.5 grams on this prototype. It's a little on the heavier side. I don't know what it'll look like in production and what they maybe even, since they've sent this to me, kind of considered kind of, you know, tweaking or not. I like it overall. I think it plays great. I do think that maybe a gram even could be taken off of it. But again, I don't know where they are exactly in the process, and you'll have to kind of stay tuned and follow them on Instagram and see all their social as well. But let's go ahead and toss it around a little bit and see how it actually plays, and let's talk about just kind of the general feel, and then we'll close it out. All right, yes, cold hands. So keep that in mind as I'm tossing here. It is, whew, I've already been out here for maybe like, I don't know, 20 minutes, and I'm not so sure if my hands are going to take much more of it. Been messing around with this cool little, I don't know, double GT sort of maneuver. I'm sure that I'm not original to it, but it's hard to kind of do it while I'm talking. I mentioned that the weight on this is about 66.5 as far as what I weighed on my coffee scale here. And I do think that might be a little bit heavier for my personal liking. I think it's fine. I think this would be actually, for those who play like 3A, I think this would be a really good candidate for you. It's really stable. It's really steady. It has a little bit of a I don't know, a fuller kind of feel to it, if that makes sense. It's not sluggish. I can certainly push it, but you're going to have some really nice spin times with this because of that weight. So again, I don't know where they're going to land on it in their final take on this. That's usually kind of one of the main things that in prototyping, that seems like the thing that gets changed the most is the weight or the weight distribution. Very rarely do they like, hey, the shape's not working. It's usually the weight and how they adjust that. And it's almost always, it seems like, to take off a little bit more, right? That seems to be kind of the protocol almost. Like, at least that's how, whenever we were prototyping the Pilgrim, that seemed to be the case as well. It was like, okay, that felt really good, but what would it feel like if it was a little bit lighter? And that was just perfect. So I think that's where we are here with prototype number 1 here. It's from, again, this is my personal take on it, but I think it will be a little bit, just, I don't know, just a little bit more nimble. But yeah, overall, I feel like it's a really solid yo-yo. I mean, I think I would pick this up. It's really comfortable in the hand as far as an H shape. I like those cuts a lot. Just really nice looking, just a nice looking yo-yo. They did go ahead and also mask off the gap here a little bit, so it's got a decent blast on it. And so if you're into finger grinds, things like that, it's actually really stable. You can definitely tell the stability for that kind of thing. Finger spins are just fine with that as well. It has that hub there, but it's not very high. And all those kind of like cuts that are in the bowl of it as well kind of aid in kind of keeping your finger locked and centered there. So yeah, that's my take on the first prototype from Paragon. You should definitely check them out. I'll have a link in the description. Be on the lookout for their giveaway. I think that's going to really get people's attention. They don't have a lot of followers right now, so make sure you give them some like and love there. And if you've not checked out Analog Kendamas, make sure you do that as well. If you like this kind of content and you're not subscribed, consider that. Make sure you like and share and all the other things that you're supposed to do on the old socials. All right, that's going to do it for now, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Later.